Far from simply being bad or disease-causing, fat cells, adipocytes, are now recognized as vital, multifunctional components of human physiology that are essential for health, resilience, and even longevity. While obesity-related complications have given adipose tissue a poor reputation in popular discourse, modern research reveals that well-regulated adipocytes act as indispensable orchestrators of metabolic stability, immune balance, tissue repair, and hormonal signaling. Their dynamic contributions suggest that, rather than being harmful, fat cells are key partners in systemic health. One of the most fundamental roles of adipocytes is serving as a safe and flexible reservoir of energy. By storing excess calories as triglycerides when nutrients are abundant, they prevent dangerous spikes of free fatty acids or glucose that can damage blood vessels, nerves, and organs. When energy becomes scarce, adipocytes mobilize stored fat by activating hormone-sensitive lipases and releasing free fatty acids, which fuel muscles, the liver, and other organs. This constant buffering of caloric flux prevents the metabolic chaos that would ensue if excess nutrients floated freely in the circulation. Such capacity for adaptive storage and release allows adipose tissue to maintain whole-body energy homeostasis over both short-term fasts and longer periods of caloric imbalance, a crucial function for survival across human evolutionary history. Beyond acting as a passive fuel depot, adipocytes are also active endocrine cells. They secrete dozens of bioactive molecules, adipokines such as leptin, adiponectin, and resistin, which signal to the brain, liver, pancreas, and immune system. Leptin, for instance, provides the hypothalamus with updates on the body's energy status, regulating appetite and reproductive readiness. Adiponectin enhances insulin sensitivity and exerts anti-inflammatory effects on the vasculature, reducing cardiovascular risk when present at healthy levels. Such hormonal communication allows fat tissue to coordinate systemic energy distribution, ensuring that glucose and lipids are appropriately allocated or stored, thus safeguarding organs from lipotoxicity and insulin resistance. In addition to their metabolic functions, adipocytes have emerged as key players in immune regulation. Adipose tissue houses a rich population of immune cells, including macrophages, regulatory T cells, and innate lymphoid cells, which interact intimately with adipocytes to modulate inflammatory responses. Under healthy conditions, this crosstalk enables adipose tissue to maintain a balanced immune environment that protects against infection and supports tissue repair. During injury or infection, adipocytes can release factors that recruit immune cells, while also producing lipids that directly influence immune cell behavior. This integration of metabolic and immune signaling highlights adipose tissue as a sophisticated immunometabolic organ rather than a mere fat store. One of the most exciting areas of adipocyte research is their regenerative potential. Studies have demonstrated that mature adipocytes and adipose-derived stromal cells exhibit remarkable plasticity, behaving similarly to mesenchymal stem cells. In vitro, adipose-derived stem cells, ADSCs, can differentiate into bone, cartilage, muscle, and even neuronal-like cells, making them attractive candidates for regenerative medicine and tissue engineering. In vivo, the supportive environment of adipose tissue, rich in extracellular matrix proteins, growth factors, and blood vessels, provides a niche for stem cell maintenance and mobilization during injury. Fat grafting procedures in reconstructive surgery already exploit this regenerative capacity, as transplanted fat often improves wound healing and stimulates new blood vessel formation. Such findings suggest that adipose tissue could become a cornerstone of future therapies for degenerative diseases and age-related tissue decline. Crucially, adipocytes appear to play a role in the aging process itself. Healthy adipose tissue helps maintain metabolic flexibility and efficient nutrient sensing, buffering the body against the dysregulation of glucose and lipids that commonly accompanies aging. Research has also shown that adiponectin levels correlate positively with longevity in both humans and animal models, supporting the idea that optimal fat cell function contributes to a slower aging trajectory. Conversely, it is not the presence of adipocytes per se, but the dysfunction of adipose tissue, marked by chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and fibrosis, that drives many age-related diseases. Maintaining adipocyte health through proper nutrition, physical activity, and avoiding chronic overnutrition may thus be one of the most powerful levers to promote health span. Furthermore, adipose tissue serves as a critical site for lipid-soluble vitamin storage, including vitamins A, D, E, and K, which are necessary for vision, bone health, antioxidant defense, and blood clotting. By sequestering and releasing these micronutrients as needed, fat cells protect against periods of deficiency and ensure steady availability to vital organs. This micronutrient reservoir function underscores another way in which adipocytes buffer the body against environmental and dietary fluctuations, reinforcing their role as guardians of internal balance. Taken together, the emerging scientific consensus points to adipocytes as sophisticated, multifunctional cells that integrate energy storage, hormonal signaling, immune regulation, regenerative potential, and micronutrient management. Rather than being harmful by default, fat cells are essential partners in maintaining systemic stability. Only when they become dysfunctional through chronic overnutrition, persistent inflammation, or genetic factors do adipocytes contribute to disease. Reframing our understanding of adipose tissue, from an enemy to a critical ally, opens the door to innovative approaches for preventing metabolic disorders, slowing aging, and harnessing fat-derived stem cells for regenerative therapies. Nurturing the health of adipose tissue may ultimately be one of the most important strategies for achieving lifelong metabolic resilience and extending healthy human lifespan.